shadow. Just, hey dolls, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race España Season 2, Episode 5. And before I get started, well, I need to thank some tipper-doos like John Costello, Mark Atha, aka Spirit Whisperer on the socials. Sorry for the mispronunciation of your last name, Mark, seriously. Also, Catherine McGreechin sent me a great big thank you for, well, all that I do. It's not that much, doll. Seriously, Catherine. And, of course, my tipper-doo boyfriend, Vito. Thank you all for supporting this channel. I couldn't do it without you. Seriously. Well, I'd still do it. There'd be no lights and stuff. It would be awful. I also want to send a belated welcome to Devin, my latest princess, to join my Fingerdoo family on Patreon. Sorry for the delay. Welcome, Devin. I also want to welcome Melanie Walters to the Patreon Divas. I hope to see you both at our next live Patreon chat. Did I mention? I host 2 live chats a month on Patreon where we talk about whatever we want. It's not public. We can say, literally, there's no bras. It's a no bras rule. But seriously, it's a hoot. If you'd like to help support this channel with a tipper-doo, or by joining the Fingerdoo family on Patreon, or by getting yourself some Wilma merch, all those links are down below in the description box. Now, Jorge, drink me! Ooh, it's my favorite still, not bored of it. Pink pucker. Wow. More like a pink punch. Woo! When you clearing out all the liquor in the house? Wow. Thank you, Jorge. I think. So, we started this episode off with the queens bidding farewell to the 18-year-old Hota Carajoto. Well, not everyone. Diamante, for one, wasn't sorry to see her go, but Gigi admitted to wishing she'd had Hota's confidence when she was 18. Hell, I bet she wishes she had it now. Seriously. Onyx was still in her feels about being in the bottom 3 2 weeks in a row. It's only week 5 and the cracks are starting to show. I'm just surprised that they appeared on Onyx. I'm so serious. There were cracks starting to show in all the queens, to be honest, but that didn't stop them from congratulating Estrella on her first win of the season. Here's the Estrella. Seriously. The next day in the workroom, Supreme arrived to announce the mini challenge with the help of the pit crew. Now, can I just take a moment to talk about these 2 pit crew members? I feel sorry for Jose Milan. Any day of the week, he'd be a scrumptious piece of eye candy, and I'm not saying he isn't here. It's just that he was paired up with Guillermo Flores, who, by the reaction of the queens, isn't just eye candy. He's the whole candy factory. If any of these queens flirted with Jose, I missed it. Or, like everyone else, I just couldn't take my eyes off Guillermo, which is odd because it was Jose who had the sack. You heard me. So, for the mini challenge, the queens had to rummage around in Jose's sack while they flirted with Guillermo to retrieve a poem, which they had to memorize while getting into quick drag. Once they were all dolled up, the queens had to recite these poems while Guillermo blew them with a huge fan, and Jose helped Supreme toss stuff in their faces. I have to be honest, I may have passed out a little bit while watching all of this activity. Not a strong person. Look at Guillermo. All in all, this went about as well as one would expect. The addition of the fan was a surprise to Marina, who went first. Sharon tried to eat as much popcorn as was blown at her, probably because she skipped breakfast. I don't know. We're not close. I don't know. Gigi wished she'd worn longer hair because nothing is sexier than being blown by a fan. Wait. Estrella seemed to be empowered by the barrage of objects flying into her face, but when the fan died down, it was announced that Onyx was the queen who kept her cool the best while reciting her poem. Clearly, she's no stranger to a good stiff wind, is all I'm saying. You heard me. And then it was time for Supreme to announce the Maxi Challenge Snatch Game! Now, I have to admit, I was worried about this Maxi Challenge. I don't remember it being all that easy to follow last season, but I do remember more than a couple of the queens making me laugh, even though I really didn't know what was going on, which, let's face it, is the point of Snatch Game. No matter who the queens are impersonating, if they're not funny, it's a fail. Seriously. Right away, the queens got their celebrities together. Supreme stopped by to check on their choices. Diamante went first, and her choice was a masked RuPaul from the COVID finale of season 12. Supreme was worried for Diamante, and she wasn't the only one. I was worried, especially since Diamante's only reason for choosing RuPaul is because they're both black. It doesn't matter how much you do or don't look like a celebrity. It's about being funny, and Diamante's idea to make fun of Ru not knowing Spanish wasn't enough for me. I'm sorry to say, I was worried that this choice was going to land Diamante in the bottom. Have we learned nothing from Trixie Mattel and Jessica Wilde at all? Marina told Supreme that she was going to impersonate former top model and Giorgio Armani muse Antonia Dell'Atta, which worried me because Marina hasn't shown much of a sense of humor this season, and even though Antonia has hosted a lot of TV, it still doesn't give anyone much to build on where a personality is concerned. So I, for one, wasn't feeling it for Marina. Just gonna say. Onyx had a couple of choices. First was Spain's Queen of Castile, Juana la Loca, which I thought was a good choice. Whether her madness was real or a product of her family trying to control her, historical figures can be a great choice for Snatch Game because, well, there's really no way to know how they really were, so there are almost no wrong choices. Well, except maybe for Lady Camden Shakespeare. Onyx's second choice was Valencia's neighbor, but there was a problem. Apparently, Jarigi chose that too, and even though she had a backup, Jarigi wasn't backing down, so Onyx let her have it without a fight. I would have let her have it too because I had no idea still what the hell Valencia's neighbor is. Sharon's choice was Veronica Forche, an Italian actress who sadly just passed away a few weeks ago. The Drag Race España production posted a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode stating that Snatch Game had been filmed late last year, so there was no way to edit Sharon out without affecting the other queens' performances. So they chose to leave it in as a tribute to the late actress. Personally, I think they made the right decision. I'd never heard of her. I mean, there's a new fan right there. I'm just saying. Ironically, Veronica Forche wasn't Sharon's first choice. She was going to do Donatella Versace, but since Marina was doing an Italian icon, she felt it was better to change it up. I don't think she was wrong. I'm just going to say. Drag Sethla's choice was socialite and TV hostess Carmen Lomana, but to be honest, she didn't impress Supreme with it. Estrella's choice was fictional talent agent Paquita Salas. Supreme expressed concerns about portraying a fictional character, but Estrella is such a superfan, she's watched the show over 45,000 times. Have you seen Paquita Salas? It's on Netflix. It's cute. It's not 45,000 times cute, I'm just going to say. Venedita chose to portray actor, singer, and COVID denialist Miguel Bose, which, if you ask me, sounded like a hoot. And then it was on to Snatch Game. Once again, due to my lack of familiarity with these celebrities, this was a hard snatch to watch. My opinions are based on how well each queen bantered with Supreme and made me laugh while staying in character. To help them in this regard, there were celebrity contestants. Actress, singer, and trans rights activist Jade, and joining her was comedian, actress, and TV host Eva Hash. Okay, the standout queens in this Snatch Game for me were Venedita's Miguel Bose, which she stayed totally in character for, beautifully I might add, and from what I can understand, was finding ways to include names of his hit songs in the answers or some such thing. I don't know if that's what I was hearing, but at least she made Supreme and the panelists laugh. Let's just say, good job for Venedita. Just saying. Speaking of laughs, Sharon's Veronica Forche was fun too. I still have no idea who she is, but I'll bet she's a hoot at a party. From the looks of it, the party's wherever she is. I'm just going to say it. The worst for me were Onyx, Diamante, and Estrella, I'm so sorry to say. I thought Onyx could have been a little crazier. I thought Estrella could have been a little more self-centered, and I thought Diamante should have picked a different celebrity to impersonate. Seriously. The next day, as the queens worried about their Snatch Game performances, they all congratulated Joriji for a job well done, which I was grateful for because I couldn't tell how she did. She must have been the only one to do well, too, because after everyone congratulated her, well, they frigged off to do their makeup. While they did, Onyx shared her battle with depression and how it developed as a child dealing with her feelings of loneliness due to her being gay. She also explained how becoming Onyx helped her to deal with those feelings and how the world of drag made her realize she's not alone. The whole moment ended in a group hug. It was beautiful. And then it was time to hit the main stage. I'm not sure what it was that Supreme was wearing. The neckline was fun, but the rest of that dress looked like plastic bags pinned to her. Thank goodness they were orange, because I like that color. Joining Los Javis and Anna Locking at the judges' table this week was actress Maria Leon. Category is Spanish Dolls. Marina was first and, unsurprisingly, created her own doll, a disco doll for the runway. I have to say, I love this look. The disco ball reveal, the stylized wig in the letter M, her poppable boobs. This was a fun look for Marina and well-deserving of a Fingerdoo. Although I hate to see boobs go to waste. I really do. Diamante's doll was inspired by the song Munesa de Trapo by La Oreja de Van Gogh. That's the era Van Gogh. They're a pop band in Spain. Although I'm not familiar with the song, I still gave Diamante a Fingerdoo. It was a doll. Drag Sethla's naked doll was unique. No hair, no clothes, just shoes and a shopping bag, or what I like to call Thursday morning, Fingerdoo for Sethla. Don't look at me. Onyx chose to represent a porcelain doll by Ladro. Although I wasn't very impressed by this look, I was amazed by her makeup actually making her look plastic, so I totally gave her a Fingerdoo. Well done. Sharon came out as a pillow doll and then revealed her Tila warrior sorceress from Masters of the Universe costume underneath. I'm so glad she did because the reveal was way better than the original. Seriously. Fingerdoo for Sharon. Joriji Derklee's doll was inspired by a classic music box ballerina. In fact, Joriji walked the runway on point. I was impressed enough to give her a Fingerdoo as well. Her poor feet. Benedita's doll looked like a Cape Matador at first, but under that cape she had all the accessories that any good Spanish dominatrix would need. Gave her a Fingerdoo, just so she wouldn't hit me. I'm a fragile flower. Estrella took to the runway looking like a paper doll with a plastic head. And I have to say, I actually like this look. And then she took it all off to reveal what I'm going to say is a very animated sex doll in a corset with the pink poodle wig. I don't know. I don't know why she was eating, but she did look good, so I gave her a Fingerdoo. Plus, now I'm hungry. What was it she was eating? Can we order those? And then it was time for the judges' critiques. Marina and Estrella were safe, so, well, they frigged off to the Untucked Lounge. Up first was Diamante, and it was clear that no one was impressed with her performance as RuPaul in Snatch Game, bless her heart. Drag Sethla was another disappointment, at least for Ambrosi, who didn't see Carmen Lomana in her performance at all. Supreme even admitted to trying to get Sethla to change her character before the Snatch Game because, well, she knew her original choice would suck. Anna did compliment Sethla on her message of gender fluidity and inclusion with her runway, so it wasn't all bad. Onyx was another queen who fell short during Snatch Game. The judges felt she didn't go far enough with the Spanish queen's alleged paranoia and multiple personalities. As for her runway, Anna thought Onyx captured the look and fantasy of a Ladro figure. It is like the Paula Abdul of the group. She only got something nice to say. Sharon was a clear fave of the judges. She stayed in character throughout Snatch Game and was hilarious while she did it. And of course, Her runway was a hit with everyone, including me, because she had the green eyeshadow on. I love green eyeshadow. Jiriji was another fave for the judges. Not only were they impressed with her Snatch Game performance, they fell in love with her runway as well. Look at Jiriji going from the bottom to the top in 1 week. Way to pull it together, Jiriji, seriously. Benedita Von Dash was last, but certainly not least. All the judges were impressed with her performance in the Snatch Game, so much so that they barely mentioned her runway. Here's to Benedita. Way to just knock it out of the park, seriously. Back in the Untucked Lounge, Diamante was sure she was going to have to lip sync. As for who would be lip syncing against her, it was down to Sethless and Onyx, but the queens were at a loss as to who would join Diamante. It's a lot to deal with. Back on the main stage, it was revealed that this week's winner was Sharon, much to Benedita's chagrin, I'm sure. Here's to Sharon's second win. Good for her. Good grief. In the bottom two, it was Diamante and, gasp of all gasps, Onyx. Well, I was shocked. This was a fun lip sync to watch, and even though I thought both queens did well, it seemed to me that Onyx ran out of steam near the end and was outdanced just slightly by Diamante. So, when the music died, I wasn't surprised that Diamante shantaed, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I was gutted that Onyx sashayed. She set a high bar for herself and the other queens, and that uniqueness will surely be missed for the rest of this season. Not just by me, but by the judges and the cast as well. This was clearly a surprising and emotional elimination. Let's just say it. Here's to Onyx. God, I didn't think I picked her for top 4. I'm just gonna say. So, what do you think? Are you as shocked as I am that Onyx went home? Did she peak too soon? Do you agree with the judges that Diamante won that lip sync? Should it have been Setla in the bottom instead of Onyx? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. While you're down there, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. What the hell's wrong with you if you haven't? And feel free to share this video with anyone you think is as big a Drag Race fan as we are. Now, don't forget to check out my links in the description box down below for ways that you can help support me and my channel. And until next week, miss me! Serious. Such a shock. We're at a point now, too, because there's been actual eliminations, thank you, Season 14, where the queens that are left, there's really no weak queens. Like, I don't know, there's something about Drag Setla. It's not that I don't like her as a queen, but even though she's 31, she's still very immature. There's something about her choices that don't seem like she's really like thinking of the big picture. But I mean, Benedita, Sharon, Diamante, even though Diamante was in the bottom this week, it's not like she's going to make it easy for somebody to kick her out. I don't know, Jiriji and Marina, if they can keep their confidence up, I think they'll be all right, but I don't know. I have to say, I was worried about Estrella. I thought she might bug people too much and get sent home early, but she's on a bit of an upward trajectory. I just hope she can maintain it. I mean, as the queens get weeded out, it gets harder and harder. Now there's no one to hide behind.